Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. So, today's topic is going to be about cognitive health. So, I want to share why I'm talking about this topic. So, last night we played a game called Qubits. I have a whole bunch of board games here to show you. So, we played this game called Qubits, and in this game, we actually have to play with these little cards here, and we have to actually set up these little tiles or little squares. So last night when we played the game, the first round was great. I was able to just go ahead and put all the tiles together. But then the second challenge came where you had to look at this card for 10 seconds, flip it over, and then recall what was on the card and place them in order here. So I did really poor. I got one square only. So I came in last place out of 4. And then we did it again, and I was able to get 4 down. Now, it's not really that big of a deal, but it did kind of make me think like, okay, this is my baseline for qubits, right? So I want to start working on my cognitive health, and I thought this would be a great topic for us to talk about because I feel like many of us, we say it in passing that, oh, we forgot what we ate for breakfast or for dinner. We couldn't remember what happened last week. But that's not really, it shouldn't be considered normal. It's common, but it shouldn't be normal. And so I feel like we need to make some changes to our day-to-day life to maybe improve our cognitive health. So today I have on the board a few things that I want to discuss. So we'll talk about the games last because I have quite a few games to show you. That's more fun, a fun way of, increasing our cognitive health. But so for the first one here, we have lifestyle. So what are some of the lifestyle things that we can do? Well, exercise we know has great benefits, not just for building muscle or for toning our body, but also for improving oxygen levels, increasing our cognitive health as well. Simple exercises like rebounding on a trampoline, just light, it's not so vigorous. I mean, you can make it vigorous if you want to, but it's a nice way to just bounce and just get your lymphatics draining and just moving around, and it's considered exercise too. Walking is always great. Dancing is even great too. So if you're cooking in the kitchen, don't burn yourself or anything like that, but dancing is movement. And then squats. So let's say you're at your desk all day long and you're working. Just go ahead and stand up, stretch, do 10 to 15 squats, every 45 minutes to an hour. And that helps to move, your blood. It improves circulation, which therefore increases your cognitive health as well. And then decreasing stress. We know we can't say it anymore. Like, stress is such a driver for disease. So it also includes cognitive health as well. Decreasing stress, we could do so many things for this. 1, removing yourself from the stressful situation. 2, we could do breath work. And 3, we could do movement. Sleeping is essential. 7 to 9 hours a day. Sleeping helps to detoxify our brain, put things to where it belongs. Yeah. And then also for short-term and long-term memory. It puts everything to its proper compartments, gets rid of what we don't need. So sleep is really essential. So the next thing I want to talk about are the foods. So what are some of the foods that we can take in to improve our cognitive health? Now, of course, you can definitely use supplements as well, but I want to focus more on the foods. I love using food as medicine, so that's why I talk about food a lot. So omega-3 fatty acids, those are like in your fatty fishes, salmon. I like using the acronym SMASH. So we have salmon, mackerel, A is for anchovies, S is for sardines, and H is for herring. Nuts and seeds are really great for omega-3 as well. We have flavonoids next, which you find in citrus fruits and in green tea. And then you also have leafy greens, which have your B vitamins, which high in folate, which are great for memory and brain health. Choline is excellent. So choline you can find in eggs. Well, if you have an allergy to eggs like we do, we could find it in cauliflower, or you can take supplements that have choline as well. And then also chicken and lettuce also have choline too. Another thing that we have would be iron. So iron-rich foods like red meat or even poultry are really good for the brain health. If you have low iron, low ferritin, you can definitely see like you may have like a scattered brain a little bit, maybe ADHD, ADD, and so making sure your iron is at an appropriate level is going to be optimal. So that's it for the foods and lifestyle. So for games, what are some fun games that we can do? You know, so having young kids, we've always played so many board games and card games and so forth. And you know, I really was particular since we homeschool. I'm kind of particular in the games that we do pick so that way we are using things for our memory, for attention, concentration, strategies, memory, visual, spatial, and executive functioning skills as well. So these are things that I like to use that we've accrued over these years, about 6 years of homeschooling. So we have a lot of games. And of course, we still accrue more, and there's a lot to really learn with games. And so it is, you know, there's also a thing called game schooling, which is really fun. So I want to show you some games for attention and concentration. So that's going to include Uno. And then we have Monopoly, which is great. We have like 8 different kinds of Monopoly. This is always fun to play. It takes really long, and so sometimes it's okay if the games take long. You can go ahead and just save it for the later. You know, play it, say, okay, we're gonna play for like a half hour because Monopoly's so long. Play for like a half hour, and then tomorrow we'll continue on for another half hour. And then sometimes just calling it like, okay, we're done playing for the day, just because, you know, we'll tally up the money who won the most because it really is such a long game. But it's so fun. We also have Shut the Box, which is a really fun game for memory because you kind of have to know like what pieces that you've used before and strategize. So with this math game, you basically roll the dice, you add them up, and you decide which numbers that you have left. Like if you have 7, you could put down a 6 and a 1, a 4 and a 3, and so on. And the game continues till all of them are all done, till all the little number pieces are down. So that's a great game for memory, for attention, concentration. So for memory, Guess Who is a great classic game. There are different kinds now with pets and different kinds of people. So Guess Who is a popular game. And of course, a pack of cards. So these are $1.25 from the dollar store, and they are excellent. They're great to, you know, playing memory. Put all the cards out, flip them all over, play memory. But they're also good for learning. Some other things we have are language, which would be great with Boggle. So this is a great game to just, you shake it, you try to find as much words as you can with a timer. You know, for young ones, you don't have to use a timer, just go ahead and just play. But this is good for adults, you know, just to kind of increase our language part of our brain. And then, you know, you're looking at words and letters upside down. You know, so these are like triggering your brain to really think, which I really enjoy playing games like that. I don't have it, but we were playing Wordle yesterday, but it was in a textbook form, in a book form, and that definitely was challenging. I like playing Wordle. We do have like the little board game part of it, and that's really fun too because it makes you think. So things that, you know, try to make you think and really use those different part of your brain centers are going to be essential. So the other game was visual spatial, which is Qubits and Tetris. So this one definitely was my baseline to see where I'm at, and I told the kids like we should play games, at least aim for daily if we could. If not, then that's fine, but really I do want to work on my brain health because I think it's really important. And you know, we say it too much, again, like I said I think earlier, that we say it too much where, oh, I don't know what I had for breakfast, and just pass it off. But when you really play these games and you're like, oh no, like my memories really need to work on it, we should be doing that. So Tetris is another game. They even made this into a board game. Well, not really a board game, but it is fun. It looks like that. This is for visual spatial, which is really excellent. And then for executive functioning, chess and checkers are excellent for those skills. And then we have Clue and Connect 4 and Battleship. So Connect 4. They even have a new Connect 4, which I thought was really interesting. So this one here is where you put the pieces in, take turns, and then after each turn you have to spin this. So when you spin it, well, you could lose. You may have 4 in a row or 4 diagonally, but if you spin it, it may end up here, going down here, which means you didn't win. So you really have to plan this strategically, and then sometimes it could be like chance. And then Battleship. This is another game for strategy and executive functioning because you have to plan, like if you hit the ship, right? Which part of the ship did you hit, and then where's the rest of it and how big is it? So a lot of these games are so great for memory, for attention, concentration, strategies, a language, visual spatial, and executive functioning skills. So my goal is for me to work on my cognitive health, and I want to know from you guys, what do you guys feel about your cognitive health? Is it excellent? What are you doing to maintain your optimal brain health? Let me know. Okay, That's all that I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening into Wellness Wednesdays, and I'll see you guys next week.